Thomas Jefferson once said, "Agriculture is our wisest pursuit because in the end it will contribute most to real wealth, good morals, and happiness." The agricultural field is one of the noblest to be a part of, and not to mention the backbone of our economy. Yet negative agricultural media exists. 1. False propaganda about genetically modified organisms and antibiotics in food products are being used to scare the public away of agricultural sciences. 2. Some organizations, such as PETA, are consumed of taking down agriculture by claiming mistreatment of animals and even plants. 3. We must beat these organizations at our own game by presenting truthful information through appropriate advertisements. False propaganda against the use of genetically modified organisms are being used to scare the public away of agricultural sciences. Chipotle, a popular fast food restaurant here in the U.S., has almost eliminated all GMOs from their menu and is being credited with an industry breakthrough. Now, other companies wish to be the Chipotle of their specialty, with intentions of getting rid of all unnatural advances. Businesses may not seem to jeopardize agriculture, but that is definitely the outcome. In addition to Chipotle's agenda against the use of GMOs, other fast food restaurants have taken a stance against the use of antibiotics in their food products. Subway is one of these fast food restaurants who aims to be fully antibiotic-free in the near future. They have labeled this movement as nutrition transparency. However, for ag producers, this publicity is doing more harm than good. All meat products are antibiotic-free once they reach the consumer, due to withdrawal times. However, to adhere to this platform, ag producers must abstain from using any antibiotics on their market animals, regardless of illness or infection. Like Chipotle and Subway, the Royal Society of Protection of Cruelty to Animals and the People of Ethical Treatment of Animals are carelessly harming farmers with their anti-hunting movements. Privately owned farmlands need hunters to exterminate the wildlife that ruin crop. If these organizations were to successfully stop hunting, there would be a great loss in profit and potential food shortages. Pest control methods cannot be taken away from landowners if the livelihood of these people is to be protected. The bird flu epidemic is yet another subject the media has blown out of proportion. Birds affected by the avian flu are being properly disposed of with incinerators. Workers in Iowa are doing their best job to rid the industry of the disease. Humans are not even susceptible to the disease, but still the media has the public scared for their health. This is unfair to the poultry business and hurts them badly when there is nothing else to do so except the excitement and the drama. In just a few days, we will be celebrating Mother's Day. Many of us will probably go out and buy our mother some flowers as a kind representation of love. But according to the Washington Post, we chopped off the reproductive organ of the plant and sent it, and tried to kill the plant. One of the oldest gestures of love has been turned into something negative. And according to the same article, we spend $2.3 billion on flowers. Why would anyone want to get in the way of such an industry? Coming up with ridiculous thoughts as to giving a loved one flowers could somehow harm the planet is quite humorous. Speaking of ridiculous thoughts, have you ever heard of a mad cow? An insane cow that is just goofing around or unable to make life decisions? The idea seems silly, does it not? However, a few years ago, the media had everyone convinced that we are in the harm's way of a mad cow disease. All of these absurd ruses have been just used to spit in the face of agriculture. Which brings me to my final point. I'm sure I could go on and on about all the hate that comes our way, but it's obvious that there's a trending disapproval in scientific ingenuity and agricultural advancements. Some organizations seem to live to give agriculture a bad name. What goes on in the world of agriculture is a concern to most people. We want to know what we are eating and wearing, but with all the negativity in the news, how can we expect agricultural sciences to be willing to work with the media to get information to the public? In order to win the favor of the people, agriculture will have to beat these organizations at their own game. Truthful information must be presented through appropriate advertisements. The nation needs to see the honest and trustworthy a shirt on our back, and those workers are nothing less than honorable. If the nobility of agriculture were more publicized, it would be harder to not be on its side. In addition to broadcasting the positive characteristics of ag life, teaching children at a young age the importance of farming and rural lifestyle will also create a more supportive society. Kids raised in cities do not often understand where life's necessities come from. We are failing to educate about an industry that employs approximately 87% of Americans. If agriculture were put into the educational system, it would be harder to not be on its side. In conclusion, agriculture is the very foundation of our culture. It's plenty of hard work, sweat, and tears. 1. False propaganda about genetically modified organisms and the use of antibiotics in food products are being used to scare the public away from agricultural sciences. 2. Some organizations, such as PETA, are consumed of taking down agriculture by claiming mistreatment of animals and even plants. 3. We must beat these organizations at their own game and present truthful information through appropriate advertisements. Agriculture is something where true riches can be found in and contentment can come from. Agriculture is something to take pride in. Thank you.